Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Janine Cross. I will be your instructor for your online psychopathology course. This video will be to review the course syllabus. All the students are responsible for going over this syllabus in detail on their own. This will be just a overview of the key areas of the syllabus. So hopefully, if you had any questions, after reading the syllabus, this video will help you. As you can see on the top of the syllabus has all the important instructor information, my name, office hours, office location, office telephone number. I will also be providing virtual office hours through an online Blackboard link. Please make sure you look at all your course announcements that are coming through from me, because I will remind you or highlight any virtual office hours that will be held. This will allow you to click online in order to speak with me rather than having to feel the need to come into the building to see me. However, I am on campus regularly, so if you are on campus and want to stop up and talk to me, you can do that as well. The first part goes over the course overview, and it really lets you know the nature of the course as well as the prerequisite course that you are supposed to have before taking this course. The important piece of the prerequisites is that they help better prepare you for the intensity and rigor of this course. The Black perspective is also listed here. And as you all know, through your work here at Howard University, this is our guiding philosophy for the School of Social Work. And so we do weave this perspective through all our courses, including psychopathology. The objectives of this particular course is to increase the students' awareness of the various theories and concepts utilized in understanding behavioral variation, to increase the student's understanding of the relationship between individual psychodynamics and the dynamics of the social system within which he or she operates, to be able to recognize the role of social and cultural factors in pathology, and also to have an understanding of how Blacks, women, and other oppressed groups have been abused through racist, sexist interpretation of pathology, to increase the students' knowledge of current psychiatric terminology and differential diagnosis with the format of the DSM-5, and to increase the students' understanding of the current etiology of epidemiology of each disorder, to increase the students' appreciation for the complexity of the field of psychopathology and the process of diagnosis. Again, this course has a lot of expectations, and we cover a lot of content in this course. But by always referring to the course objective, it keeps you aligned in what we're trying to do. Again, the main thing is to increase your understanding of psychiatric terminology and to get you familiarize yourself with the DSM-5. We also, again, want you to make sure that you're very clear on what the epidemiology is of a lot of these disorders, as well as the etiology of them as well. So I want to make sure you're aware of this and you're able to apply this in your studies here. And it is my personal goal that you all explore the etiology of many of these disorders for yourself so that you can have a really good understanding of what the causes and the origins of these diseases that we are or disorders that we're talking about in this course. It is our educational expectation and or outcome that you'll be able to utilize the DSM-5 more um, critically, apply it more critically, and become more familiar with the DSM-5. Um, we also want to make sure that you take particular emphasis on psychosocial stress and adaptational traits as components of the diagnosis. Also, we want to make sure that you identify symptoms of emotional disorders and be able to intervene appropriately, and to be able to write reports, increase practice skills, and articulate findings that show a differential diagnostic approach. We also expect for you to have as an educational outcome, the ability to examine how race, class, and gender intersect with psychopathology issues. And linking it above, when we're talking about the etiology of disorders, we know that by utilizing DSM-5, you will be able to have a better understanding of what those causes of the disorders are. We also know that when you're understanding the etiology of these disorders, that you're also able to understand how to identify the symptoms that are involved in them as well. This section goes over the core competencies required. You can review them on your own. More in depth of the core competencies and the specific assignments that we have to demonstrate those core competencies in this course. Next important part, the textbooks and readings for this course. We do have a host of books and readings for this course. It is very rigorous. Strongly encourage you to make sure you have all the textbooks for this course, and make sure that you read thoroughly each chapter and each assigned readings, as they will be required. More importantly, they will be needed in order for you to complete the discussion board assignments and the written assignments. So the DSM-5 Diagnostic and Statistical Manual is a required textbook for this course. So is the APA manual. This is for your papers and making sure they're formatted properly in APA. Abnormal Psychology is another required book for this course by Comer and Comer. Rock My Soul, Black People and Self-Esteem by Bell Hooks is a required textbook for this course. And Kaplan and Sadek's Synopsis of Psychiatry is also a required textbook for this course, as well as the Handbook of African American Health, Social, and Behavioral Interventions. Again, please make sure that you have all the books for this course, as the assignments will require you to read these chapters thoroughly. Class attendance, it is a little different because we're talking about an online class, but we are expected you to engage as if this was a face-to-face class, and this is to make sure that you log on regularly, weekly. Make sure you do all the reading assignments. Make sure you click on all the content areas in each week, and respond to the discussion boards and reply to your fellow classmates. As this is not a face-to-face course, the discussion boards are usually where we're going to be doing most of our interactions in this course. Student-to-student interactions will be occurring through the discussion boards, and that is an important area. It is also important that you make sure that you complete them all, because it's part of how you're participating in the course. I will be reaching out to students mainly through the announcements and through the office hour discussions, and primarily through uploading videos such as this about important things that you need to know for the course. Academic code of conduct, like your other courses, even though this is an online course, we do expect that students to apply the utmost in truth and highest regard for integrity and honesty. This means that you do your own work unless it's an assignment that is set up to be a group assignment. You're expected to submit your own papers and not submit other people's papers or work on individual assignments with other people. Now, it's okay to talk about assignments and share resources, but you are expected to do your own work. There is no place for dishonesty in academic environments, and students who are caught being dishonest in their work or their contribution will be disciplined according to the student handbook. Special student service information is here. The most important thing is, if you have a special accommodation, please make sure you contact the following office, the ADA Regulation Office at 202-238-2420. We have a designated faculty person by the name of Dr. Cynthia Harris. She'll be around at least for the next few weeks, so it's very important that you follow up with her or the director of student services. It will be transitioning to another person, but the role doesn't change, even though sometimes the person in the role may change. So if you have a special accommodation that you need put in place, make sure you contact the director of student services. Another important thing to remember is if you do need an accommodation, it will only be in effect from the time it is provided to the instructor. There is no retroactive appliance of that, and that's why it's important to get that if you need it and secure it as early as possible for all your courses. We also have a statement here on interpersonal violence, and we also have a contact number for the Interpersonal Violence Prevention Program here. Please make sure you read in detail. Um, Writing matters. We have a link here. If you need writing support, please utilize it. Oftentimes, the courses such as this is very rigorous and it moves very quickly. Doesn't really allow a lot of time to go over writing. So we provide this resource here. I will let you know if there's a concern about writing and refer you to the Writing Matters website if needed, particularly relating to the writing itself and or APA formatting, but here's the information here. Management and completion of assignments. All written work must be completed appropriately. Make sure that you're using Word documents. Some students prefer to upload PDF. Even though Blackboard does allow you to upload a PDF document, I am unable to make any comments specifically on a PDF. So if you are a student that likes comments or to see what I'm referencing specifically, I do provide general comments in the instructor feedback section of Blackboard. However, if there's a time where I want to put a specific comment in a specific area in your paper, cannot do that if you upload a PDF. So please consider uploading only Word documents. I also noticed that some students tend to use different type of other platforms, and sometimes that setting will not, the format of your paper will not show appropriately um, on Blackboard unless you're utilizing a Word document or PDF. So please be mindful, only use Word documents and or PDF. PDFs are not preferred because I cannot submit comments on that for your review. Um, Information here on mutual aid, classroom learning environment. Please make sure you review that. Class attendance. Again, this is an online program, so class attendance and participation is really measured by, are you doing your assignments? Are you doing them on time? No lateness is accepted. Are you doing your discussion boards? Are you applying them? Are you posting your original posts? Are you applying to other students' posts? That's how you be present in an online course. Again, virtual office hours will be available if you need it. Please be mindful that most of the assignments, including the discussion boards, they close after the due date. Most assignments are open until the end of the day, 11:59 p.m. It will close. Once assignments are closed, they will not reopen for completion. So please make sure that you document in your calendars when assignments are due, or utilize the tools in Blackboard to provide you with notifications for due dates of assignments. Again, I'm going to repeat, it is very important that you submit all your documents and your online work on time, because you will only be provided with one opportunity to do that. Once an assignment is passes its due date and time, it will close and it will no longer be visible to you, and you will not be able to submit it after that point. Instructional methods from this course will be lectures via video lectures, your reading assignments, your writing assignments and discussion board, and a group presentation. Please consider peer support learning. Utilize each other's as support. Shoot emails out to your fellow classmates if you have questions. Maybe someone in your cohort understands something more than you. If both of you can't get the answer together, please feel free to email me. Please provide about 2 business days to email me when, in terms of waiting for responses. You email me on a Friday, most likely the 2 business days will be Monday and Tuesday, so you'll be hearing from me sometime on Tuesday, no later than Wednesday. So again, please provide 2 business days for responses for emails. This means that you may need to anticipate questions in advance. It is unlikely that you will email me and get a response back within 5 or 10 minutes. Hopefully, I will get one back to you within 24 hours. but anticipate about 2 business days for response. Here's the grading criteria for the course. Students who are averaging between 90 to 100% will get an A for this course. 80 to 89 will be B, 70, 79% C, 60 to 69% D, F, 60% below. For most graduate level courses, a B and above is considered passing, not a C. However, you are allowed in some courses to get a C, but it will also depend on your GPA as well. Getting a C in courses will dramatically drop your GPA. Students who have very low GPAs are at risk for um, um, academic probation. In your grade book on Blackboard, there is a course grade average. As you are submitting all your assignments, including the discussion board, your average for the course should be showing. Also, be mindful that you're applying this grading criteria to that average that's in Blackboard. So if you see that you're averaging around an 80% or higher, you are passing the course. If it's 80% or lower than 80%, you are close to not meeting expectations for the course. At midterm time, we normally will review our students' progress in the course, and any students that are not receiving an 80% or above will get a midterm advisement with their counselor. And again, you will be aware of this before this occurs because you'll be looking at your course average for the class in the grade book of Blackboard. So if you see we're around midterm time and you're below an 80%, you will be getting a midterm advisement. The purpose of the midterm advisement is to help support you in your courses and to hopefully turn that grade around so that you are successful in the class. If after the midterm advisement you're still sitting below an 80% average, I will reach out to students individually to see what can possibly be done or to counsel them on what may be the next steps moving forward for the course given where they with their grade average. This gives you a breakdown in how we're measuring the assignments, participation, 10%, discussion boards, 20%, ongoing. You have a case study, which is your midterm. It has a part 1 and a part 2. It is worth 25% of your grade. The case study guide, it will be completed for your client that you select, and that will be due 2/13. So it's a case study guide and mental status exam. 2 separate documents, 2 separate templates that are listed on Blackboard, and I will show you where that is. That's due February 13th. Once your study guide and mental status exam is complete, you will then be writing up your case study, and that case study will be due February 27th. The graded portion will fall right here, even though I'm looking at this part first and then this part second, and then the grade will be assessed here for both 2 parts. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll say that again. This is a 2-part assignment. The first part will include 2 templates. One template is the case study guide. The other one is a mental status exam. You are to identify a client from your field and complete the case study guide and the mental status exam, and submit that on February 13th. Once the case study guide and mental status exam is complete, the second part is you will use those 2 documents to write up a case study, and that case study will be due February 27th. Again, any questions about that, you can email me. I will submit a separate video about the course assignments separately. The next one is a group oral presentation, which is worth 20% of your grade, and that's due March 19th. And your final case analysis, the case is already provided to you in your syllabus. It is called the case of a raven. And in this case, you will be writing a case analysis for a case study that's already provided to you. 25% of your grade due April 9th. Again, I'm going to reiterate, these are your major assignments, including your discussion boards. You will have weekly discussion boards for this course, so there will be a discussion board due weekly. Please make sure you set your calendar or mark your notifications that they are weekly and they are due on Sunday evening. You have a original post that's due usually around Friday or Saturday. It'll be listed on the prompt, and then you have the actual replies that are due by Sunday evening. By Sunday evening, if you haven't completed the discussion board, it will close. So make sure you do that. Those discussion boards grades add up and are correlated into your final grade. Similar with these dates here, please put a notification somewhere in your phone. Maybe if you use a planner, this is very important that you keep these dates in mind because they will come and go quickly, and I would hate for any students to miss an assignment. As you see, these are a decent percentage of your grade, so if you miss any of these assignments, it will very easily put you at 80% and at risk of not being successful in the course. This here, the next sections of the syllabus goes over the assignments themselves. I will not go over them here because I will upload another video. I'm trying to be mindful of the length of this video, but I will submit another video that goes more into details about these assignments. But the assignments for the course is listed in this section here. And most of them have a specific due date. The discussion boards do not because they're due weekly. And it also gives you a page length expectation. So make sure you read this in detail. If you have any questions about the assignments, feel free to email me. However, please be sure that you go over the assignment instructions and expectations prior to emailing me, because most likely the answer that you're looking for is listed here in the syllabus. Group oral presentations listed here. All the information you need is here. I will be setting up the groups for students in Blackboard. You will see what group you are listed in once they are developed in Blackboard. I will also make sure I send out an announcement to students so that you will know that you have been assigned groups, so you can go into Blackboard and see what group you've been assigned to. Again, case analysis, final assignment is listed here. All the information that you need for that assignment is listed here, including the due date and the page link for this assignment. As I stated, this assignment, we will provide the case study for you, and the case study information is listed here. The next section of the syllabus goes over your weekly expectation for your readings. So they look like this. It'll have the date here, what we're covering that week in the course, the required readings, as well as supplemental readings for your course. As these are your textbooks, you should have them and be able to follow along with the readings through your course. I also upload on Blackboard additional folders that will include readings that are not associated with your textbook. They may be journal articles. There may also be folders uploaded with required videos and required websites. Those folders, you must click on all the contents in each week's folder because it is uploaded there for a reason. And everything that I have uploaded to Blackboard is to enhance your reading. If for some reason you're covering a chapter or you read a chapter and you feel like you don't have a firm grasp of the content, also click on the websites and the videos, read the supplemental reading, and see if that helps enhance the understanding for each of the week's readings for this course. Again, listed here, week 2. And through all the weeks of the course, all the information that you need to know for each course and cover is listed in this section right here. Again, if you've looked already on Blackboard, you will see that most of these weeks are already uploaded in the same format it's listed here on the syllabus to help keep you on track. Also include under each of the weeks when the assignments are due. This is just another reminder to make sure we keep students on track and so that they don't miss these due dates, because again, once the assignments close, they will not be reopened. And I'm slowly moving through the weeks. And this part gives you a course calendar. I did not list the dates here. I can do it if you need to, but I think I've uh, repeated them more than a few times on the top. But this just gives you an idea of each of the weeks and a more of a breakdown where the weeks are listed here, the content we're covering here, and the major assignments are listed here. As you see, week 5 would have this assignment, week 7 would have that assignment, and so forth and so forth. So this will conclude your overview of the syllabus. I try to keep these videos a little bit shorter just for time so students can find times or breaks within their day to view them. If you have any questions about the syllabus itself, please let me know. You can shoot me an email. As stated before, I will upload a separate video that goes over the assignments in more detail. Thank you and welcome to psychopathology.